Your viewers are about to see will be a total of 4 different stands on 4 different wind types. You're going to see a couple bucks come in that would be shooters. And most of them, I don't care, I set my standard there at 150 plus, but that doesn't mean anything for you or your geographical area that you live in or the hunting pressure. It's just what my standard was. I'm not trying to promote me or product or anything. What I'm trying to do is educate by showing real-time bow hunting in a real field and how to have to adjust on some of the results. Now, like I say, we hunt 4 different winds on 4 different stands on 4 different days. And we had a couple bucks that a person might have shot. If you were a meat hunter, you would have been able to shoot some antlerless deer. But it's all in real time in different conditions. And that's what my channel's about. It's not promoting somebody's product or some new gadgetry out. As y'all, if you've got any history at this channel, you know that that's not what I'm about. It's about telling you the truth and showing you the real world of bow hunting. Not celebrityism, not promotional, none of that bullshit. Whole lot of cow shit, but no bullshit. But anyhow, sit back and enjoy these 4 different sets. And there's a pretty nice 10-pointer that comes in on this last set that we set. And but I passed him up because he in a 10-pointer world, he would have been a small. I don't think he would have been much over 142 inches. And now I don't play the score whore game, but I do set my standard, and being I'm hunting my home state, I try to raise the bar. So sit back and enjoy what you're about to see. Forecast said we weren't supposed to have this wind this morning. I got up at 1 o'clock, checked the weather, said it was going to be a southeast wind, clear till 10 o'clock. Immediately changing plans. So here I am, shit-faced, ready to rock and roll. And if by chance I harvest a big deer with my biological camouflage scent cover all wrapped up in one, I'll have a leg up on the marketing. Isn't that what the techies do? Something works once, they run out, clamor all over themselves and try to sell it, because it worked one time. Oh, sit back and enjoy the morning. Right through the gate. Right through the gate. Worked perfect. And there you go. East wind. 3rd time in. 3rd time was the charm to move this stand. This is a Friday. 3rd Friday. 1st morning on a Friday. East wind. Shit-faced, and if that buck would have been a shooter to me, I would have took him out at a mere no more than 20 yards. Didn't even know I was in Clark County. Sat all day yesterday, didn't see anything but that little one, but you seen him walk right through that gate today. That's what you call keeping your eyes open and your head out of your ass and knowing what's going on around you. So, let's sit back. If he's moving, something else of substance could be moving too. All kinds of blue jays right there. All over the place. Through the gate. Right through the gate. too. Y'all remember that plate demonstration that I put on a couple weeks ago about Paris in the spring? Once in a lifetime? A lot of you said you flunked it. Just like that gate over there. I flunked that. Something so plain. I should have sat up on that very first sitting in the stand. Anyhow, that just was proof in that. You've seen it firsthand. I've been in this woods for 22 years. And it didn't dawn on me that that gate being opened up a whole new travel corridor. But we proved a point and we learned something together. And that's what this channel is about. Sharing and learning together. Well, it's starting to rain out. It's 11:30. And all it's going to do is keep getting wetter. And ain't good for the camera. And ain't no use having your gear get wet. The cows are bedded down and no wildlife, squirrels or birds or anything are moving. So I'm going to get down. When I get down, I'm going to step this off. And then you'll know just how far away it was to make that shot. Okay, we're at the base of the tree. Now I'm going to step it off where we would have had that shot at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16, 17. 17. Right there's the gate post. 17. Pan around here. There's the tree stand. Anyhow, that's tree stand blends in there pretty good, 15 feet high. You don't need an arm and a leg. They sell those at Menards for under $50. So that's it from the non-typical Norwalkian. It's starting to rain. It's November 18th. The deer are in a breeding mode, full mode right now. So the sightings get real small. But you never know. We moved up by a plot tonight, green field, and we got a scrape right out in front of us, and we set a decoy up. And I had Frank Owens in there last year on a setup like this, and we almost got a buck. So, you know, what the heck, we got the right wind. It's like 25, 30 miles an hour, but it's warm out, and it's about 3 o'clock. So we'll set up here and see what materializes. Yeah, we set up here on a beets and grains product plot, and it looks pretty good. I mean, for the 18th of November in that drought, we really come out ahead on this. So this is the first night we actually set up on going on to a green field, but I won't have much of a shot. It's right here, real tight. Scrape is under a pin oak, and it's a pretty good sized scrape, so there must have been a lot of buck activity. But rain last night, 1/4 of an inch down here. So sit back and let's see what unfolds. The shot will be 15 yards. Well, let's see the wind up in them trees. It's gusting pretty good. What a beautiful blue sky. The trees are moving, so that's a plus. The deer won't pick up any movement. But, well, let's sit back, and on a windy night like this, I like to sit real close to where I think my shot's going to be. You know, no use of having a 25-mile-an-hour side wind on your arrow. Yeah, here's a little tip I'd like to pass along. This is a real tight spot to shoot. That's not bad. But if you're trying to film and shoot, you better have a distraction or an attraction, either what you want to call it. to hold that deer and give you time to get the camera on and get the full draw, get the shot, because they're just going to pop in here. And if you're trying, you can shoot it with your bow, but when you're trying to film it, for you guys that are trying to self-film, make sure you have something out there, some urine or something. I used to put 35 millimeter film canisters out there and put some deer urine in it with a piece of cotton and take a coat hanger and hang it, a little piece of wire and hang it on that tree limb. That way the deer focused totally at that and gave you time to shoot, get the full draw. And it worked real well. Deb shot her first deer that way, and she couldn't believe how that worked. The deer went right to it, stuck its nose in it, gave her plenty of time to shoot, and she thought it was a piece of cake. Well, that was her first deer. Little did she know what laid in store. But anyhow, try to get an attractant, something to hold them, so it'll give you time to get your camera on, because if not, it's going to pop in here and be gone before you can get the camera on, and you won't get the shot. I've learned that several times the hard way. The wind is really picked up. I mean, it's blowing. It's got to be gusting 40 miles an hour. I mean, it wasn't blowing this hard an hour ago, but we're about 4 o'clock, so I thought it would go down, but look at the treetops up there. That's why if you're going to hunt, make sure you shoot where you're going to shoot. It's going to be close range. "10 yards away, southwest wind. out of Irv Wagner's stand. Wasn't the biggest, but you got to beat the little ones if you're going to beat the big ones. Absolutely no commercial scent blockers or nothing. Just using woodsmanship, southwest wind, and stand location. Well, here we are. This is the hardest part of the deer season for bow and arrow. You have to have a lot of patience, and you can't be burnt out. And you got to pretend that you're going to shoot the biggest deer of your life every day you get up. This is the 21st day of November. Now this is a wind, this is the fourth wind setup. This would be your north wind, northwest wind. So let's sit back. This morning it's overcast, the temperature's dropping. I'm talking, so that ain't helping anything. And let's see what materializes this morning. Granted him in. I grunted that deer in. He was probably at least 100 yards away. My first attempts at grunts were pretty sucky. Then I finally hit the right note. I could have shot that buck, but I told you on the onset of the season, I'm looking for at least 150. And I want to prove a point just on how hard that is to do, even here in Iowa. And my congratulations go out to the people that get the job done on that, but it's a tough chore. And that deer there, nice 10-pointer, nice symmetrical, but he would only been in the mid 140s, I suppose. The problem with it today is the wind is supposed to be strong out of the northwest, but it ain't. It's swirling. That deer picked a little bit up, even with the cow poop on, but he didn't run hard. I still could have shot him. Sometimes it's coming straight out of the southeast, so it's what it is, you know. But that deer was 10 yards away, and you could have harvested him if you would have chosen to. But like I said, I'm trying to demonstrate just how hard it is to get a 150 plus white-tailed deer, even in the state of Iowa. They're not behind every tree, as some people would have you believe. This is one of those days that the wind is really hard to play. You're in the timber, and the wind is blowing out of the northwest, but it'll swirl and come out of the southeast just as readily. I'll have leaves falling, coming toward me, and then a gust of wind, and the leaves will be blowing back out toward that big oak tree. So those gusty wind days can really play havoc with the best setup, as you just seen. And right now, that wind, well, I got that wind. It's coming out of the west, but nothing constant. You see that green patch up there? That's all of 100 yards, if not over. Now that's where that buck was. And when I started making my grunt attempts, he filtered into the timber, even on my feeble attempts of the grunt call. Now keep in mind, folks, deer don't always hit it on cue either. If you got a name brand grunt call tube, yeah, it's gonna do the thing every time. But animals don't make the constant call perfect every time either. But you seen when I hit the right note, he came right in. So don't be afraid to do your own vocalization. You're born with an esophagus, and you can make that same noise. And like I say, that green spot up there is over 100 yards away. Yeah, being this is a non-typical learning channel where the truth is to be told with the help of some cow shit, no bullshit. I'm going to put this camera down on a tree and show you the view that the deer would have had of me at a mere 20 yards in this stand. So sit back and I'll show you what I look like from the deer's point of view if we looked up here. That's what the deer would have seen, well, wouldn't have seen, at a mere 20 yards.